Hello, Facebook, YouTube. God gave me this message. I think this is going to be a very powerful message because it's what it's pertaining. This is a very powerful message right here. The topic of the message is the reality of God desires to take us over the top. God desires to take us over the top. You know what I'm saying? That I hope you get this understanding. Now, here's the thing that, God, called me to do what I'm doing. I, went through a whole lot. The place that I'm at right now, I surrendered a whole lot of things. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot of important, significant things to, or what this song says, more likely, I surrender all, ideal situation concerning of what I'm at right now. But the thing is, in order for me to for God to take me to a place, I had to do a lot of sacrificing and sacrificing meaningful things to me. But here's the thing about what I want to make you understand. Now, God showed miracles. Let's start with God miracles. God did the miracles, delivered the people out of Egypt. We know the miracle, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but watch this. God did miracles with, Moses concerning, the turning the water, the Nile River into blood. And he did, gnats came and attacked the Egyptians, and he did some miracles. He took the snake, dropped the rod, and the rod turned into the snake and swallowed two, other snakes. He did some miracles that, that you could have just like, he's kind of God. I hope you understand where I'm coming from. Oh, he's kind of God. But guess what? Pharaoh was like, he's just like the other gods. This not a legitimate God, And all of a sudden, he did the last one, killed the, firstborn child, Pharaoh's firstborn child. Anybody can kill somebody, firstborn child, whoop-de-doo. It's no big deal. I changed my mind. Let me go after the children of Israel. And all of a sudden, you go after the children of Israel. And you got your, thousands of chariots and stuff like that going after the children of Israel. And all of a sudden, God has to do something over the top than those other miracles to those, for his people, to those he loved. He has to do something over a little bit. Well, depends on the eye of the beholder. It could be a little bit over the top. It could be a lot over the top. But God has to do certain things over the top to show how, you're going to hear a lot of this scenario how great is our God, Chris Thomas. And now let's go to Jesus. Now Jesus, turned water into wine. No big deal, to how we are beholding this situation. And you fed 2 fishes, 5 loaves of bread. Whoop-de-doo. You healed a person, you rose up you rose Darius, King Darius' daughter, bring life. Yeah, that's pretty good. I think I heard somebody else did that. And then Lazarus died, and according to Martha, Jesus, if you were there sooner, maybe Lazarus will, lived. How many Marthas we got out there. Oh, if you was to hear sooner, he would have lived. And eventually, sooner or later, Lazarus get resurrected from the dead. Yeah. See, but here's, the Marthas that unfortunately has developed in the church too, but they're supposed to be in the world. The world is not supposed to be believing that God and Jesus can do these great things because they're doubters, of course. They live in darkness, what you expect from darkness. They will love to doubt things. But let's talk about Martha a little bit. Martha, and here's the sad part, I think, why Jesus wept. Martha heard about the miracles that Jesus Christ did. Yes, and she pretty much doubted this miracle because, that miracle is not as simple as the other miracle you did at the other side. This miracle can be pretty much difficult for you, Jesus. So I think, of course, Lazarus is going to die, and oh well, bye, brother, hope I see you in the resurrection, as in what Martha was conversation with Jesus. And Jesus had to tell him, let him know that I am the resurrection. But I wonder how many people know in the church is Jesus the resurrection, because I see a lot of funerals going on. A lot of funerals going on in the church, and I wonder if they know that Jesus is the resurrection. Leave that alone. But here's the thing I wanted you to show this scenario about this message. This message, of course, okay, let's go with Jesus. Jesus finna get arrested, and they were going to, of course, crucify him. He's finna get crucified. And now watch this. Jesus, the guy that resurrected Lazarus from the dead, is finna end up to be put in a position that have him dead. You know what I'm saying? And, it's a funny thing, I read in the Bible when Jesus was on the cross that this soldier says, look at him. He had the power to heal somebody else. But look, he don't have the power to heal himself or resurrect himself. Those people in the world, doubters, and, or the word naysayers or whatever. But here's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about, I love Ezekiel 55, 101. Ezekiel 55 and 8, 101. Look here, that people are not understanding. That his ways is higher than your ways. His thoughts are higher than our thoughts. Let me hurry up for the sake of video. Time to explain this. Guess where you live in? You live in a earth that is temporal, that things perish here. Things, it has this law of gravity that people cannot go to an extent. People can't fly. They have to create vehicles to cause y'all to fly up in the air. Fly in the sky. Y'all need vehicles. In heaven, they have these creations called angels. That's angels can just zoop, fly just like that. Zoop, 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 zoop. Yeah, that's what they got. And they can go across the universe. Oh, wait, well, probably don't know nothing about that because it's a spiritual sequence going on. You're natural and you're in a carnal, and you probably don't see how many angels around you. But see, here's the thing. God's sequence is more higher than our sequence. And the thing is, we're not trying to understand or register that reality of who God is, or Chris Tomlin, how great is God is. Because here's the thing. This is an important song. It's saying not, is he great? How y'all did you dropped the serpent down and the serpent turned the snake and swallowed the, other snakes. Yeah. Oh, you turn water into wine. Oh, yeah. No, not to your standard. Not to your miserable, low-minded standard that is yielding themselves to operate in darkness and, and embrace a system of confusion and conflict and chaos and think this is supposed to be the normal life to be destroying an individual. and making people look bad, not in your level, but a higher level that is about life and life more abundantly, and life exists more to a forever standard. You know what I'm saying? Yes, that's this standard, this standard. See, God has to put us in through miracles that are far-fetched and way beyond us, because he wants you to understand that he is not on really that low level. He's of a higher standard that cannot be measured, because, you know, if you let universe, space tell you what big God is, you're getting close. But the thing is, this is about God desires to miracles to help us to understand that he's way beyond than we can ever imagine. But the thing is, if we keep looking down here to God and looking up at God down here, we're not going to really desire to see the over-the-top God. We will not behold the over-the-top God, because Jesus just said, not only I resurrected somebody dead, but my God resurrect me from the dead. But we don't think that's a big deal. We think, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about the song, Christina, I Will Rise. It says Jesus has overcome. He has risen from the dead. You know what I'm saying? It's showing that he will rise up against any ideal or anything in this earth, that whatever we consider as norm that's supposed to work, he will go above and beyond that spectrum of the infinite universe that you cannot put your mind, you cannot comprehend God in your carnal mind. Is what you need to understand, that God is more greater than anything that you can ever imagine. And if you had the imagine of the capacity of the universe, you still can't figure him out. He will do things beyond whatever spectrum that we can ever imagine. And get that and understand that. Not know that. Understand that. Understanding you have to question why. And the more you question why, the more you finna figure out how great, not he's great, but how great of a beyond a dimensional spectrum is the God that we serve. That God will love to do things to those he loves. He loves to go over the top. And when you start understanding he's the over the top God, you will find out how over the top is. But we can't look at God over the top when we still looking at him down here. You know, down here on earth. We keep earth and we keep operating our carnal mind, keep operating this dark system. We cannot see and behold the over the top God. But you need to understand this, that you need to understand that you must learn, like I love God. Love God with all your heart and soul and mind, and love your neighbor as you love yourself. That you go through a sequence of elevation and learn how to surrender and sacrifice all to God. If you can find out the over-the-top God, and you will desire to want to seek after the over-the-top God instead of this low-down, dirty living down here on this earth. That is an earth standard that is low, that goes nowhere and gets nothing out of it because it's operating a temporal system. All right, that's the topic of the message. I hope you desire to know the over-the-top God and not this low bottom level living of this earth system that is nonsense, that is really nothing but, unfortunately, the sake God of this world got y'all desiring this ridiculous standard of living. That's the message. To God be the glory. Him forever and ever in Jesus' name. Amen.